Hey, Ariel, good morning to you, man. It is good to finally be connected with you to start this conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's just get started right off the bat. Tell our audience a bit about yourself, like in, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. Like, not how did we get connected, but the premise of our conversation today. Kind of set the stage for us.
So we're going to talk about ChatGPT and how we use it for sales mainly and for content creation. About me, I'm 46 years old. I'm married with two beautiful girls. I live in Israel, very rioting place at the moment. There's a lot going on. You might have seen it in the news. I run a small agency called SDR Labs. What we do is SDR is Sales Development Representative. So essentially what we do is we use LinkedIn and email to book calls for our clients, mostly B2B clients. And I'm also an e-mountain biker. So I have an electric mountain bike here. And I enjoy going riding on it. I do stand-up paddleboarding for fun. And it's me in a nutshell, really.
I love it, man. Thank you for that. So marketing, digital marketing, and man, I see ChatGPT all over my Facebook thread right now. Lots of people telling me how awesome it is and how amazing it is. And, I have to be honest, I'm a slow adapter to those kinds of things, right? To technology. I like my old iPhone. I like my old software. I like my Dell computer. And so when I see things like that, I kind of feel like I'm missing out. I need to jump onto the bandwagon and join the fun. And yet at the same time, it seems like such a distraction. So I don't even know where we need to start. I guess from my understanding, it writes content. So if I'm not really into writing content, do I need to be concerned about ChatGPT?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can help you with various tasks in the business. For example, if you ever use Excel and you need a formula and you can't put it together for some reason because you don't know Excel, just like myself, you can ask ChatGPT to do that. If you're planning a trip to anywhere in the world, it can suggest an itinerary for you. It can plan your time. It can create a mind map for you. It can create a course for you. It can create a presentation for you. It can do lots of things, really, because it was trained on a lot of data and it knows a lot of things. So it can also code. So if you want to create games, applications, various things, so ChatGPT knows how to do that.
That's just amazing. So when you say it like that, to me, it kind of sounds like a robust version of Google, right? Like I can ask Google questions and Google will serve the answer. Is this kind of maybe the new Google or the new search engine? Is this owned by Google?
So no, that's owned by OpenAI, and Google are building their own answer to ChatGPT, their own AI engine, and it's not quite there yet, but it's going to come, and it's going to be pretty awesome, I guess, because Google have a lot of money behind them and a lot of smart brains. So
sure,
but Google up till now has been an intermediary. I think that's the right word. So you search for something. Sometimes you get the quick answers at the top of the page, but most of the times you have to click through and read the answer and make the answers up yourself. But with ChatGPT, as long as it was trained on information that's relevant to your query, it's going to give you the answer. So right there and then, you don't have to click anywhere. Its shortcoming, or it doesn't know everything. It doesn't know up to the minute information. But today there are tools that can feed it up to the minute information, and then in that way you can get timely answers, I guess. That's
which is where I come up with the word, the new and improved or the robust version of Google, right? It eliminates that step for me to click to go find the right answer that I'm looking for. It just kind of serves that answer to me, which is pretty amazing.
Exactly, yeah. And it can give you a lot more information, a lot more thorough information and comprehensive information and tailored to what you're looking for. In the format that you're looking for, in the format that you want to use it.
So let's switch gears a little bit to LinkedIn, because I know that you focus on optimizing people's businesses through lead generation and leveraging LinkedIn. So where do we start with that conversation? I have to be honest again with my sort of aversion to LinkedIn as a social media platform or a platform of choice. I've never been able to really embrace it as much as other people have. So even just hearing the words LinkedIn, right? It's kind of not as motivational or not as sexy to go to as Facebook or Instagram is. And yet I know that there's a lot of business and commerce happening because of LinkedIn. So help me out there.
So yeah, LinkedIn is a great platform, but the aversion that you're feeling is common to a lot of people. For most people, it's a place where you look for a job and then you let it go, and you leave it for the next 2 or 3 or 4 years until you need a job again, and then you polish up your profile and you come back to it. But it's a great networking platform, and it's less. People post less content over there, so it's less competitive, and you can actually get quite famous or infamous quite quickly. So I had a post when ChatGPT was getting popular around January. I found a list of prompts. Prompts are the requests that you ask ChatGPT to produce content for you or produce whatever you want. And I found a list of prompts that were they had a common use, so I could use them, and I published them as a carousel. A carousel is a PDF that you publish on LinkedIn, and I had my designer design it, and I published it, and it received 5 million views. Okay, wow. So and ever since then, so my follower count came from 18,000 to about 40,000 now, at 39,000 at the moment. And since then, everything I publish, it gets really good views. Like I even published somebody else's content on Friday, and we received 200,000 views so far. So it will be pretty challenging for me to receive this amount of viewership on Facebook or on anywhere else really, but on LinkedIn it's pretty available yet, because the way the algorithm works. So I really want to empower everyone who does want to use LinkedIn to go in there, see what's working for other people, and mimic that, because it's such a mind shift for me. It was it really changed my view of the world. That success. So LinkedIn is still uncharted territory for many and underutilized for others. And those who are going to embrace it can really forward their careers and jumpstart their business in a big way. But it doesn't require work. There's no shortcuts.
For sure. Now, who are the people that are using LinkedIn? Like, teach me about that. Do people go on to, like, I click on Facebook probably 3 or 4 times minimal throughout the day, right? Like when I get to a break or when I'm, have some downtime or whatever, I'll get on there to update my post or check notifications, things like that. I might click on LinkedIn once a week. Are people going to LinkedIn the way that I go to Facebook? And if they are, is that a different demographic group of people, a more professional group of people? How do you distinguish what people you're trying to reach via LinkedIn versus Instagram versus Facebook, or do you even care?
So my audience is B2B. And so companies that serve other companies with services or products. So the people that I'm targeting are B2B companies. So they're either employees or owners or shareholders of B2B companies, but it's different for different people. For example, if you're a career coach, you'll be targeting job seekers or people, or if you're a executive coach, you will be targeting executives who are in new roles. And actually LinkedIn can surface people who've just changed jobs in the last, 90 days or so. So you can target those people. And for me, it's very interesting because I manage my clients' profiles. I get to see their feed. And for example, we were managing a video production company, and their feed was full with other video production companies. So it was very interesting. Lots of videos, lots of creatives. So each person is different. If somebody is following a lot of crypto, so you'll see a lot of crypto activity. For me, it's a lot of ChatGPT, a lot of sales content, cold calling, telemarketing. So LinkedIn's algorithm is pretty good for that. But the people who are there are either professionals or entrepreneurs mainly. Each of them is trying to further their career in their own means and ways.
Is there a site or a source of information that would show the amount of LinkedIn users in a certain city or geographic area? Like if my business is local, can I see how many people in my local community are on LinkedIn? I don't even know if that exists versus Facebook or Instagram, just to understand, hey, maybe we're missing out on not participating in LinkedIn as much as we should be.
Yeah, definitely. So you can go, when you search LinkedIn, you can go country, you can go state, you can go city, you can go zip code.
Okay.
And search for specific roles. So if you're targeting entrepreneurs, you can be pretty accurate with that.
And all of those people. So I'm in the real estate space as well. So I have the Mentee podcast, and I have this the mentorship mastermind community that I love that work. I just happen to be really good in real estate sales and all things real estate investing as well. And so I do both, right? In that line of business in the real estate world, all of the people on LinkedIn need a place to live. So they would be potential real estate home buyers. And then the thoughts that are being jogged in my mind right now relative to LinkedIn is that as I grow my real estate investment portfolio, I'm looking for private money. I'm looking for investors. I'm going to launch a fund where investors can put their money into the fund. We go out just like a syndicator, right? Buy the multifamily, the trailer park, the portfolio of houses, and then deliver a return. Man, talk to me about using ChatGPT to fundraise investment capital. And then leveraging LinkedIn and the platform for the kind of users that are there. It seems like that's probably a pond that I need to go fish in.
Exactly. So you can go to ChatGPT and you can say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm looking for. What are your ideas? How can I promote this? How can I further this? How can I make this happen? And ChatGPT is going to spit out lots of ideas for you, and you can ask it to present it to you in a slide. It's not going to be actual slides, but it's going to be slide number 1, slide number 2, and the content, or it can be in a table, or it could be in the mind map. And then you can ask it to expand on each of those subjects. So what sort of messaging should I send? What sort of marketing collateral should I develop? And then you ask it to expand on those, on this collateral. What connection requests should I write to those people on LinkedIn? What follow-up messages should I write to them on LinkedIn? What content? So can you suggest posts that I will post on LinkedIn to get the people interested? Can you suggest tweets? Can you suggest Twitter threads? So ChatGPT is very, very good at doing all of that. And you can also ask it to assume a specific role. So when you ask for a social media post, you can say, you are now a social media expert. You know your way around B2B and around real estate. Write me a post that is going to present me and my offering, and why should people connect with me? So ChatGPT is going to spit out all the information for you. Naturally, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be 80% there. Give it your own polish, your own touch, your own tone, and you're away.
Now, so there's two thoughts that are coming to my mind relative to what we just talked about, or you just said. One, is this a race? Are we in a race where I need to be one of the early adopters to get ahead of the future users? Because the second part of my question is, if it's going to tell my competition the same information that it tells me, and therefore sort of level the playing field. So it sort of comes back to question number one, which is this a race for us to adopt it to get ahead of the competition?
It's a very good question. Is it a race? It is a race, but it's really how you leverage. You can come a little bit later, but if you want to, if you can leverage it in a stronger way, that's going to be better, because ChatGPT is really good at producing a lot of content for you and a lot of ideas, but it's how you're going to apply them and how you're going to use them that's going to be important. Because if you create 100 articles but you don't do anything with them, then you don't.
So the execution matters.
Pardon?
So the execution matters.
Execution matters, exactly. And whether it gives the same information it's going to give similar information. It's not always the same information. You can ask the same question twice, but it's not going to give you always the same information. They're going to use it. But at the end of the day, if you take this information and you take this data, you take this content and you infuse it with your own personality, then people are going to be attracted to you, and people are attracted to you for specific reasons. And also you have more credibility because you have your podcast, you have your groups. So your competition don't have that, so naturally people are going to be attracted to you more.
I love that, man. I love it. So let's talk back about real estate sales. The market over here, I'm not sure what the real estate market looks like in Israel, but the market here, specifically local to Louisiana and South Louisiana, I've got a great house that I listed for sale under appraised value, significantly under appraised value, in fantastic shape and in a great area, great location. And it's been listed for, let's just say, 2 weeks, and it has not shown to one single buyer. Yet there are other houses in other price points, other markets that are receiving multiple offers. In my opinion, the house is great and we've priced it well. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I know how to price property. I know what a good property is. So it's difficult right now to really understand why this property has not shown. Is there a resource in ChatGPT or LinkedIn to help me overcome this challenge as a real estate professional? Can I go to ChatGPT and say, do I put in the address of this house and say, how do I get this house sold? How do I get buyers to come look at it? Can it be that specific, or is it a lot more general than that? How can it help me solve this challenge?
So ChatGPT can, it's going to give you general advice. So switch an agent, stage the house, try different platforms, these type of things. With LinkedIn, you can reach out to, real estate investors in Louisiana, and just say, hey, I have this house. We have some challenges in selling it. Do you have any buyers? Would you be interested? Do you have any idea why it doesn't sell? So you can use that for networking.
So ChatGPT doesn't have market statistics yet to know that house
but it has older market statistics.
Okay. To know that house, it can't tell me how to price the house yet. Do you think that's going to happen?
Bing has a ChatGPT. The search engine by Microsoft has a ChatGPT extension, which you can use and you can ask it. And that's probably connected to up to the minute data. But I think, everything that we can dream of is going to happen, because this is where things are going. There's AI artificial intelligence startups solving new problems every day. It's so hot at the moment. So
yeah.
and now ChatGPT have released plugins. So a lot of platforms, and I would be surprised if there's not a Zillow platform at the moment or something around real estate that's connected to it now, and where you can ask how should you price it. But what you can do if you wanna get advice for it is you can copy and paste information, feed it into ChatGPT, and ask it to give you its own appraisal, I guess. Yeah.
Very interesting. That's just kind of mind blowing. So I've got to get with the program and go log in and get my account. And it's fairly inexpensive, right? It's fairly affordable. It's just a few dollars a month if you want the paid account. And they also offer a free account.
Yeah. You get the version 3.5, which is quick and smart for free. And then you'll have version 4, which is $20 a month, which is peanuts really if you utilize it well.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Ariel, what else do we need to talk about, man? What kind of services can I hire you to do for me? What are you in the business of providing, and how will somebody know if you're the right fit for them?
We do B2B. We mostly serve tech companies and companies that serve tech companies. So it can be tech companies, can be software or hardware. So we help people sell storage system, energy storage systems, or identity verification software. To give some advice, to give some samples. Other companies that we work with, they provide PR services, media services. So these are the type of businesses that we serve. Usually, if people are in B2B and if they need meetings, qualified meetings, and if they need leads, then we are a good fit for them. If, for example, very good companies for us are companies that attend shows, conferences, expos, and they need meetings. They need pre-booked meetings and post-event meetings. Then we'll research the attendee list and we'll cross-reference it with LinkedIn and with other sources to make sure that the people that attend there fit the ideal customer persona of our clients. And then we reach out to them on behalf of our clients using our clients' LinkedIn profiles and special email addresses, and reach out. We'll give the value pitch, and we'll book meetings for them. So ideal clients for us, tech companies and supporting and companies that work with tech companies. Yeah.
So are you talking about like a trade show? If there's certain trade shows and the people that go to the trade show, and I was going to have a booth at the trade show, you could kind of understand who attends that trade show, and of the people that attend that trade show, meet my profile of a buyer and start to market to them so that they specifically come by my booth and or book a meeting with me pre or post show.
Exactly. But even if you don't have a booth, if you just attend, because if you have a booth, naturally a lot of people are going to come to you. So if you really want some specific people, some billion-dollar companies are going to come there. You want to talk with them. So, and these are going to be busy people, so we can pre-book them. But if you don't have a booth, we can just book. Usually there's going to be a space for meetings, and we'll pre-book you some meetings. So usually we can book anything from 12 to 22 meetings, which is per salesperson, which is pretty intense for them to manage.
So this is why this platform, the Mentee, is so awesome, and it's just another solidification that you grow into the conversations around you. So if you want to grow, have more conversations. I didn't know that this epiphany would happen in this conversation when we scheduled it. Are you telling me that if I went to, what's the kind of conference I'm thinking of? A conference where, let me give you the example. There are programs, there's conferences where dentists and W-2 doctors attend so they can figure out how they can become real estate investors using a third-party facilitator or connector. I could just attend that conference. You could vet the people that are going to attend the conference and start marketing to them and line the appointments up I don't even have to go to the conference then. Is that what, I don't even have to go to I could tell you who my buyer is, and you can find them with your data and then start setting up appointments for me?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you have dentists and W-2 doctors, and they're listed somewhere on the internet, we can also reach out to them via email and just say, hey, have you thought about real estate investing? I know you're probably too busy to take care of it, but this is the service that we offer, worth a chat.
So break this down to me. This is just identifying a target audience. That's what you're able to do. And you're able to then leverage ChatGPT to make the content of the marketing material or the message, the copy, relevant. And you're leveraging LinkedIn because of the B2B space as the platform of choice to then book the discovery calls, if you will, with the other client on the other side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. My wheels are turning, that's for sure. We know that we need to grow our investor pool, and we know that high income W-2 earners are the target audience because of their taxes, right? And the amount of money that they're paying as a result of being a W-2 employee, and how we can help offset some of the tax liabilities with investing into real estate and putting together some of those projects. It's pretty awesome, man. So how do people get in touch with you? Where can we find you?
So you can find me on soulmarketing.com or sdrlabs.io. Sorry, sdrlabs.io and soulmarketing.com. Yeah.
So say that one more time and go a little bit slower so that we can make sure we get it for the show notes and that my folks can type it in as they're listening to it, usually on their cell phones.
Sure. So it's soul, SOUL, marketing.com and sdrlabs.io.
.io. Got it. Man, that's awesome. Ariel, has there been anything that you think we haven't talked about that we should talk about, knowing my space, what I'm interested in, and how your services can help me grow my business or that of our listeners?
I think, if I was you and I was looking for investors and they don't need to be specifically in any specific area of the country, then you should definitely look at LinkedIn. You can do a lot of work on LinkedIn automatically. So there are automation tools that can grow your investor pool just with a connecting message and a short follow-up saying, hey, this is me. If you're ever interested in lowering your tax liability with real estate, got some cool ideas for you, get in touch. So that's something. And also, you can take that information and create LinkedIn posts with it, with those strategies, and create LinkedIn carousels and get some really good views and get lots of inbound leads from it. And it's pretty exciting. Because I follow all sorts of people. I follow people on LinkedIn that just buy businesses, for example. A lot of Americans that do interesting things, and I'm just interested in business. So you can do the same. Yeah,
for sure. Man, this has been great, and this has been eye-opening, and I'm grateful that we were able to make this conversation happen, for sure. And I'm going to take it, and I've got to make a commitment to sign in to ChatGPT, and then I'm going to reach out to you to figure out how we can collaborate.
Thank you so much. But use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the future, and similar AI as well. So use it. I encourage everybody to use it and give it a good go, because it's going to elevate your life and make them easier, make you a lot more productive and smart.
That it seems, man. That it seems. Hey, thanks again for this opportunity.
Thank you.